Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody.
What's up?
We're still answering questions from our fans, which has been going incredibly well. You guys have asked us some questions that we can prattle on about. I'm sure that some of this is stuff we are repeating that we've talked about before, perhaps in our live stream Q&A or somewhere else, but like, you know, whatever. I'm always happy to repeat myself. I can never remember what I've told people. My repetition is this, my repetition. My repetition is this, my repetition. That's a TV on the radio song.
Yeah.
Got into them because of the song Wolf Like Me, which is one of my favorite songs. Won't you let me mirror my melody, transform my tragedy.
And then this is like, I burned out on all their albums and just stopped.
Yeah, I've never
downloaded a couple more of those.
They have a lot of songs that I really love and no albums that I really love.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my entire opinion of TV on the radio. All right, more questions from Scott15Led. He had quite a few, and I like these next ones that are coming. How do you feel about your older work? How do you feel about your older work?
It's all right. I like it as a progression of like.
What do you consider to be your older work?
At this point, really, anything I made in
made.
like, well, things I made
more than 2 years ago.
Yeah, like in early college, where it's like those were my best things at the time, and now it's like, oh my god, those are so unbelievably beneath me at this point.
Are you ready for me to hit you with a 1-2 punch of hilarious perspective and naivety?
Oh god,
I was thinking about. All right, first of all, this one's more simple, and you surely remember 32 China.
Yes. In
this story, which is. How long ago do you think you wrote 32
I wrote
China?
that senior year of high school, so that's like almost like 5 or 6 years ago, or definitely 5 years ago.
No way it was that long ago. The full story version?
Yeah, I wrote that in high school.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's old as shit. Because that's why in my first year of college I started that's when I wrote the script version, yeah.
It didn't feel like that long ago, but that makes this make more sense, because one of the funny things in 32 China was that, and I think, well, Munchie's the only one of our audience who will have read what you made, right?
Yeah.
There's a part in like the first part where they go to this concert to see this death metal band, as we talked about in our description of it. If you haven't seen us talk about 32 China, we did that in Phantasy Star Online?
Yeah.
Yeah. We described this story in depth that Victor was writing, but like early on they go to a concert hall and Victor describes it as like they're going to like a dive, like a place that you know, like, some shitty bar or whatever.
Even though it was based on the Norva.
Yeah, he bases it like the way he describes it is like a 2-story like fancy place.
The way it was meant to be in my head was that it used to be somewhere nice and now it's shit. So it's like it was a nice place like the Norva, but it doesn't get any customers
you
anymore.
had explained it to me at one point that you didn't realize that the Norva was nice because it was the only concert hall
I didn't think it was that nice.
Well, like, because Victor had been to like just stadium level places like the amphitheater and the Norva, which is like looks like a huge step down, but the Norva's like a really nice, cool like concert place that seats quite a few people. You know, like any band that's like big enough to people know who they are, but not so big that they could sell out a fucking amphitheater would come to the Norva. And like since then, I'm sure you've been to plenty of actual dives, like places that are places that are tiny. You know, like. The kind of places like Mom's Friends play and shit like that, you know, which is like literally a bar.
Make your light hit my shield, you bitch.
So yeah, that was a funny little thing. Here's another one. The 5-track EP that remains unfinished called the McDee's Party from Hell.
Oh yes.
There's a part where you say. Or you have one of the characters say to the cook, "Make this a burger. No pickles. Nobody likes those." Because you didn't like pickles.
No, I liked pickles at the time.
Did you like pickles?
Yeah.
Why would you write in "nobody likes those"?
It's a funny line.
Because you didn't like pickles for a long time.
No, I like pickles by then.
Pretty recent. That CD is like almost 4 years old.
Conrad, I like pickles by then.
You sure?
Yes.
All right, I don't know why you'd write "no pickles, nobody likes those."
Because it rhymed. What the fuck?
I
don't know.
I guess it wasn't your character saying it, so I guess I could accept that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny to look back and be like, I wonder if Victor didn't like pickles at this time, and now he loves them.
did. I don't know why what are these fucking examples you're giving right now?
I just thought it was a funny way to look back at like how long has passed, that your perspective was so different that you didn't even like the things you like now. You know, if you read my old blog posts, you will get plenty of that. An amount of it that makes me, when I read like my old blog, I cannot consider it to be the same person, you know. There are posts called like why I don't like plot, like
such a fucking loser, man.
Like I was so adamantly against like liking things for the story, because in my head every story has been done before and is like predictable, right? Like you know, either the character's gonna die or they're not gonna die. Either the situation's gonna play out that way or it's gonna play out that way, you know. And I still do sometimes raise that argument when I'm like trying to argue why I don't think story is like so special. But like I was like so adamantly that like characters are the only thing that matters, and like shows don't need a plot, and like that's why I watch so much slice of life shit, you know. I was just like, fuck story. And it wasn't until Madoka came out, and it was the only show that I enjoyed, but I could not justify my enjoyment without saying that I liked the story.
I mean, you could just say that you like the aesthetic.
But that wasn't what I liked about it the most. I legitimately liked the story.
Conan, you could lie.
It was the first thing I saw where like I was trying to grade it, and like the feelings I had about it were stronger than what because I had a scoring system at the time where it was like I would weigh like characters had a certain score, and aesthetic had a certain score, and like general enjoyment had a certain score. And like and when I added them all together, it created my total score. And like my feelings about Madoka were not reflected in the score I was giving it through that system, because I didn't like the characters that much, but I was interested in the story. And so that was when I realized that story could be interesting. And since then, I have completely warmed up to that. And now I'm like in love with concepts more than anything. Like when a show makes me think about interesting stuff, that's what I like the most. So like total radical change in perspective from back then. And the shows I'm into now, like Ghost in the Shell, I legitimately did not like back then. Most of my older work, aside from not really sounding like me, is also garbage. My writing style was shitty, my attitude was shitty, my everything I did was shitty. And while I'm not as ashamed as the writing quality of the stuff I've done in the last few years, the video quality is often terrible. Going back as far as like the pony stuff, you know, where just all the ideas I had for like how to make a video work that like I just kind of stuck with, I don't think worked. Like the whole pony avatar on screen, that was fine for like what it was for doing pony, because OCs were such a big part of brony culture, where like having an OC like gave it a sense of identity. But the idea of avatar on screen and footage in the corner is shit. It looks like shit. It is the worst fucking thing to do.
It's like, annoying. It's really, really annoying.
It divides your attention between two different things. It makes these stuff look like shit. And like, you know, once I started getting my videos like taken down, even when I had that, then my solution was to have the footage move. It would be in the corner and it would be moving, and it's hideous. It's so ugly, and I can't watch those old videos. And my delivery wasn't that good. The way I edited audio wasn't that good, you know. So like, the more technical details, and I don't like the scripts from those either, because I just, they weren't very tight, and I like the way I write now. Like the videos I've been doing lately are to me the best stuff I've done, with the exception of like my really big stuff like the Sword Art Online videos and the K-On! Videos and stuff like that are all great scripts. And like the kind of stuff that I've been doing a lot of when I was like started doing anime, where I would do like the 10-minute review or the 5-minute concept video, those are a lot less interesting to me now, because I always feel like there's more I didn't say that I now want to say. So that's why all the videos I've been doing now are these fucking huge multiple 15-minute part epic opus fucking analysis shit, you know, because like that's what I'm still proud of, you know. Most of the videos that I like that I did in the last 2 years were that kind of video, so why not just make more that are like that? So yeah, I'm deeply ashamed of most of everything I've made.
Yes. See, I haven't made as much, so it's not as hard.
Right.
But I like to look at the progression of where I've come and just, like, looking at my old videos and being like, I had no idea how to make this look good before. Yeah. Like, I really just had no...
Project Awesomeness.
Absolutely no idea of how to make something that looks good, and now it's, like, so... second nature to me, and I just look back and I go like, wow, like I just had no fucking idea what I was doing. And it's like, you don't realize how far you've come until you're like standing there looking back and you're like, holy shit, for like me, this has really come a long way without me even noticing.
The stuff that like gets to me the most is where like, because I like had that strategy that I was using and it became normal, and then when I see the reasons it was a bad idea, then that's what fucks with me. Because like with the pony shit, like I said, having the OC kind of made sense for the culture, right? And I had done it because I was getting videos taken down, you know, and I didn't know a better solution, so that's what I did. But then, like, when I moved into other mediums, I tried to do the same thing, where I had the alpaca for the anime videos, and I had the dinosaur for the gaming videos, you know, and I only used them briefly, but, like, when I look back at those videos now, it's like, why the fuck did I think this would be a good idea? But, like, that was how I understood how to get past copyright protection, you know, was like, make a character and have other shit happen on screen and you'll get past it. And it was like, as soon as I found other methods, it was like, oh, this is way
Which better, it was always weird that you did that with those other ones to me, because it's like the whole point of the ponies that, everyone had an OC, so it makes sense. People want to see your OC. But the other stuff is just like, this is fucking animal furry bullshit.
Well,
like,
I mean, at the time, and there are a lot of people who do the animated avatar thing outside of you know, pony, but like I hate the way like most people's human avatars look. Like whenever they try to have like like a drawing of themselves, especially because everyone looks the same who does this. It's all fucking 20-something bearded white guys. Your
and their avatar always looks like it's like they look way uglier than their avatar in real life. Right. It's like,
So, like, I was not into the idea of, like, human animated avatar, but, like, because that was the only way I knew how to get past copyright ID, that was what I was going for. And, like, I was still doing Pony at the time. Because, like, the first videos I did after Pony, I didn't do that anymore. You know, like, it was the gaming videos and the anime videos, Pony was still happening. And then, like, as soon as Pony was done, I completely abandoned the avatars, and I did the Serial Experiments Lane video, where it was, like, super experimental and, like, presented in a different way. And that was when I was like, yeah, I like this so much more. I'm probably not ever gonna do an avatar again, and I cringe when I have to look back at those videos. And any video where my audio is just garish. So yeah, not happy with my older work. I used to always say that like, there's like a few limitations on how far back I'm proud of my work. In general, I only like what the me is doing of the last 6 months at any given time. This has always been true throughout my whole life. Every 6 months, not every 6 months as in like it happens once every 6 months, but like at any point, the last 6 months I'm proud of, and everything before that is shit, you know? So like right now, if I think the last 6 months, that goes back about to probably the Nanoha videos, and like everything I've done since then has been pretty solid. It's all been like larger projects that are really in-depth and interesting. You know, I've been breaking down Evangelion on like this incredibly detailed level, doing these like longer form study videos, and like I'm proud of all that. The stuff I was doing before that, where like I talked about seasonal stuff from the spring, and the audio editing sucks, and I don't like the general style. So like, yeah, 6 months, you know, even now. But my best work of the last 2 years will always also be salvageable. Yeah. So like right now, Sword Art Online Analysis is like probably the oldest thing I have that I'm, or the Lane ones that I'm like still pretty proud of and like think holds up, you know? Yeah. But like once it's been more than 2 years, my style has usually shifted so much that it's like impossible. Like I was proud of my FLCL writing on my blog for a long time that I did in like 2009, and like I was still happy with it up until the point where my style changed so much that I can't like present it because it doesn't sound like me anymore, you know.
I can't wait to make stuff that tops my Monopoly Money music video, my weddings, and Yield Kitten Spa, because those are the best looking things I have right now, and those are like pretty high end, like low tier videographer shit, you know. Right. Like that's good stuff.
Good
for no
shit.
budget, you know. Exactly.
There's another one you haven't moved out over there.
Well, even that's like impressive for a guy coming out of fucking a nothing college, you know. So it's like I can't wait to be doing stuff that's like actually legit. Like that's kind of the next step.
All right, well, we got a lot out of that topic. We still have a couple minutes left, so I'm gonna bring up his next question, which we can probably
when I go back into that room.
We can probably answer this pretty easily. Opinion of the other Grump shows and hosts, other than the main Game Grumps.
Fuck them.
They're not good. Fucking Ross. Okay, to me, Ross is only tolerable when it's Ross and Aaron. Because they can talk about animation, and Aaron is so capable of putting up with Ross's bullshit, and Aaron is so funny in general, that I think they can manage to do a fun show. Oh, likewise, Barry is only tolerable when he's teamed up with Aaron, because Aaron knows... I feel like Aaron's good at making other people funny. He's good at bringing out what's funny in other people, and Ross is not at all, and Barry is not at all. And when Ross and Barry do videos together, which is basically what Grumpcade and Steam Train have been, it is misery. It is the most boring fucking show ever. I can't even... Like, I'm a guy who consumes a lot of dumb bullshit. I can't sit through Ross and Barry. It's just... It's too much. I've been trying, because they've been playing Halo 1, and, like... I like Halo 1, and I want to watch people play it.
Yeah, I saw that was being played,
dude.
And then I saw who it was, and I was like, I'm not watching this.
I literally, like, got inspired that me and Josh are gonna do, like, Let's Plays of all the Halo games, so that we can do a better job. Like, because I want to feel the nostalgia of Halo 1, but I don't want to do it with Ross and fucking Barry, you know?
Oh god, I cut this dude in half! Oh, that's goofy.
That is Gupta served cold right there.
It's Gupta served cold. Yes, kill him with his own weapon.
I think this
game is incredible.
The most tolerable Ross ever is when he's talking about animation, because he's actually passionate about it and says interesting things. There's a video that Ross and Aaron did one time called Let's Draw, and it was like Ross drawing animation for a video. And it's like an hour of them just talking about like the state of animation and like what it's like to be an animator and stuff, and it was fucking fascinating. It was like the best thing that's ever been on the Game Grumps channel, and I was like, whoa, they did it. Like, Ross was interesting. But man, he is insufferable in any other context. Susie's just boring and not funny. Barry's boring and not funny. Kevin's boring and not funny, though it's funny when he gets drunk. I will say, I actually think that Ninja Brian, because he's a grump now, I actually think he's really funny, but he's not in... Like, his sense of humor doesn't seem to match with the others, and they keep putting him in three-man episodes, which are annoying, because they keep putting him in, like, competitive games and having three people there, and they're all talking over each other, and, he's not, like, he has a very patient wit where he'll, like, react to something you say very slowly, and people keep cutting him off all the time. Yeah. It's like he tries to make a joke, but the timing always ends up fucked up because he keeps getting cut off and he doesn't cut people off very much, and he's not very loud. So, like, I think Brian would be a funny guy to listen to a Let's Play of if it was, like, just him and Aaron or just him and Danny.
Two brothers.
Yeah. You know, Danny can make almost anything watchable, but when he's with Ross, he just is so intolerant of Ross that he can't do it. You know, like he is annoyed and it makes me annoyed. So yeah, it's funny,
spicy,
but I really am mostly into just the pure Game Grumps. Like, sometimes I enjoy the shows if it's like
Conrad
the right combination. Purity. Yeah. All right, next time on Digi Bros, we're going to cover another topic. This time probably not from Ska 15 Let, because we just